What's going on? This is episode 8 of the Cliff Notes of Eli, and the intro's back. Yeah!
Ladies and gentlemen, hear it for Eli Santana, local San Diego youth, and guitar hero.
Alright, so back at it, episode 8. Had some time to process the tour and how it went and everything. Doing this from the road was way harder than I expected. It's just kind of like everything's like moving, you have to set it up again, and yeah, a lot of excuses, but shows went well. The sampler, which I was trying to reincorporate, it ended up being cool. Only had a couple problems with it. Like, I realized you shouldn't chuck a piece of equipment into the trailer because it got a little loose. And one show we didn't have an intro, and I fixed it halfway through by hitting it, and it worked. And then I figured it out. It ended up being really cool. And then with that, we had some like interludes, like we had a guitar battle, which I was really worried about it dragging on and it not being cool and enjoyable. And I think it went over well. We even brought in Bryce from Spellcaster and Conan from Ex Mortis, and I worried about that dragging on, and that ended up being cool too. So yeah, it was fun. It's just hard to do. Like a really long, like especially over an hour headlining set when we start really late. So it's one of those things where it's like, man, I really want to see this, but I got to work in the morning. So it was rough to to see people leaving towards the end of your set, but not taking it personally, and I totally get it. It's rough when you start at like 12:30 at night and try to do like a 90-minute set or something. I don't know if it was that long. I think 70 or 80. But yeah, no, I get it. And then it's one of those things like, should we cut the set? But then the people who stayed there, were into it, and it was like, you shouldn't punish the people for, staying out later. So, it was cool. Yeah, it was fun to do like that headlining set and go full rock star for a little bit in bars. But it was cool. Yeah, we had I incorporated, there was the movie The Warriors. It had a whole theme with that, so that was cool. But yeah, now that I'm home, got the Huntress tour coming up, which I'm so excited about, with Sabaton and Trivium, and so yeah, it's kind of fun. I haven't touched these Huntress songs in a while, and I always forget how tricky they are. So yeah, it's fun to like relearn some of this stuff. And what's cool about this time around is I get to relearn the solos I did for the Static album that I played on, and they've been a lot of fun. Like, I think I might post a lesson on one of those here in the near future. But yeah, it was one of those things like we kind of got forced, me and Blake, to do all our solos in one take. That being said, it was kind of cool to write stuff, knowing that it's going to have to go in, one part's going to go into another part. So that was cool. It was writing phrasing and doing really good phrasing and stuff like that, and then banking on licks that like I knew I could play, and variations on that, as opposed to like a lot of Holy Grail where I try to find just out of what I can play, and then I write that, and then I hate myself for a long time having to learn it. So, but that's how you get better, I guess. But yeah, it's gonna be really cool. So I'm super excited to get on the road with the Huntress crew. Sorry, I thought I didn't plug in the mic. So this is the reality of it. Yeah, and then on side project front, I'm on the EP I'm doing with Mike Heller from Fear Factory. talking to actually the Paul Fig, who did the engineering for the Huntress record, co-producer engineering. So yeah, we're trying to figure out the best way to tackle it, and of course those songs I'm going right back to playing stuff I can barely play. So it'll be fun, but trying to figure out the whole, if we're gonna be able to do the reamping thing, which is like the new way to record, which is actually how we did the Holy Grail record. Was I did it here, and Alex did it at his place, all his stuff, and then we sent it to Spiker, and then he ran it through an amp, and it was he got to play with tones and everything. So trying to figure out if I can do that for this, which would save time and money, I think. So I don't know for like vocals, if that's, I think that might be something to do with him. So we'll see how it goes. It's gonna be super cool. So yeah, that's like big on my plate, is relearning that stuff. I think I'm gonna go with the name Alien Satan. Thanks, Curtis, for the recommendation. I think I'm gonna go with it for this EP. And then Heller and I are gonna do another tune and maybe a cover for a split EP with God Hammered here from San Diego. So that's really exciting. But first things first. Focus on relearning how to play the stuff that I demoed up, so I can record it to Heller's tracks and then relearn all of the Huntress stuff, because I have the worst memory in the world. Like, I can remember stuff I wrote in middle school and how to play all of Ride the Lightning, but I can't remember the stuff that I actually wrote and recorded. So I'll deal with that. But yeah, I'm gonna keep giving updates on that, and then maybe do a lesson on maybe a Huntress solo. So we'll see. But yeah, if you're digging this, subscribe to the Cliff Notes of Eli, my YouTube channel, and there's more to come. Pow!